everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome. So today I am finally testing out the Be Perfect and Stacey Marie Interstellar palette. So I have wanted this ever since it came out, but at the time I was like, I don't need it. I have so many of the other kind of Stacey Marie palettes, and I have so many palettes that I don't need this one. But a few weeks ago that Be Perfect had a discount. They had like a sale on for someone's birthday. I think it was like a 31% or something like that, and so I decided to pick this up because it was in like the £20 mark, and I have really wanted this palette. So I finally got it and we'll be testing it out today. So this is the outside packaging in case you haven't seen it before, and it's themed around space and all things great, which is what I love, because I love space. I love kind of moons and stars and intergalactic kind of things. Like even my new phone case is like moon and stars and planets. So when this is just the outer box, so I mean when you look at the back, it's got all the shades. So I guess another reason that I didn't need to get this palette is because I have pretty much all the other palettes as well, and they do have shades that are very similar or that are kind of repeated. But I guess after a while you kind of run out of shades to kind of put in a palette. But yeah, this is the palette itself, and it is massive. I mean, I knew that these palettes are quite big because there's just so many shades in them. How many shades are in these? There are 30 shades. I think there's 30. No, is there more? I think I could be wrong. It says 30 mattes, 8 duochrome pressed pigments, 8 shimmers and 4 glitter shimmers. So that is 38, like 42 shades or something. I can't count. So yeah, this is the outside packaging. This detail is amazing. And then when you open the palette itself, in case you haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. So you have your really nice colourful side, you've got your purples, greens, you know, yellows and reds, and then you have your grey tones. So recently Be Perfect did come out with their Gravity palette, which is like a greyish black palette, and I really do like that palette a lot. And this is kind of like a mixture of kind of the, I don't know, Tahiti palette and the Galaxy no, Gravity palette. Can't even talk today. All in one, I guess. So I'm actually going to go off camera, put on my tape, and then put on my Decay primer, and then we will get started because I'm so freaking excited. I was having a bit of a think as to what shades I want to use, so I feel like kind of going in with the greys, purple and the blues, because I want to mix it up as much as I can and kind of be a bit more experimental. But because I don't have a lot going on space wise, I need to try and like utilize as much as I can. So one thing I'm going to do is obviously swatches, because I keep on forgetting to talk about swatches. But yeah, talking about the names as well. So we've got Spacewalk, Stargazer, Milky Way, Martian, Space Race, First Man, Odyssey. Like, you get the idea, and I love kind of the whole details of this palette. It's absolutely stunning. So I'm very happy that I picked it up without even trying it out first. So I'm going to start off with some of like the greys. So I'm starting off with Odyssey, which is this gorgeous grey here, and we're just going to take a little fluffy brush that I got by Essence, and we're just going to take that all over the lid, and I'm hoping I will not mess it up. So I'm going to start in the corner and just build upwards. So I have been watching like Makeup by Mitchel talk about this palette a few times, and I know that she said that she does really like it, to my knowledge, and that she does like it, although it feels like it's just, I believe she says it's kind of like similar to some of the other palettes. But I've seen some of her looks which are just absolutely stunning. So it was another reason why I wanted to get this palette, because I wanted to kind of mix up the different shades and kind of, like I said, experiment. Because again, if you've seen any of my like declutter videos, you know how many palettes I own, and again, I don't need that many palettes, but I just have a hard time of getting rid of some of my palettes. And even the other Stacey Marie ones that I have, like, I absolutely adore them. I think they are so beautiful, stunning. And I'm glad that she came out with like this kind of collection as well. I know that she also came out with some eyeshadow brushes, and I know that this is not a new collection in any sort, because, you know, Be Perfect have come out with so much since then. I just kind of gave a bit of a refresher, in all honesty. Okay, now we're going to go in with First Man, which is just next to it. So that is a bit more of a deeper grey. So I'm going to go in with the same brush, but we're going to go in very lightly, and we're going to kind of go into the corners, just so the corners are quite harsh, because I do want a deeper tone, just to kind of, you know, end the look at the end. And the grey was a really nice starter point, but I think like it might have been a bit too light to kind of make as a gradual, so I'm just going to blend these two together. Okay, those two have blended in really nicely together, so we're going to go into the purples now. So we're going to kind of bring it to purple and then end on the blue, like I mentioned. So we're going to go in with Spacewalk. So I kind of feel like going in with like these kind of sections here, because I feel like those are a nice starting point. So we're going to take a different brush. This is by Spectrum. So we're going in with Spacewalk, which is a bit of a deeper tone. So I'm taking like the tiniest amount, because I know that these are pigmented and that my primer will definitely pick up a lot on there. So we're just going to take that and blend it lightly into the first two shades. Okay, that's gone on quite nicely, and then we're going with Atom, which is just next to it. So that is more of a lighter purple, kind of like an aubergine-esque, and we're going to take a smaller brush and we're going to bring it kind of towards the middle of my lid here, and just blend that in. I kind of don't want them to be like too harsh, because one thing that I am kind of trying to change in my makeup routine is that I don't have such blocked like colours, so making sure that I blend them properly, because you know, I'm not a professional artist by any means, obviously, but I do feel like, you know, you can learn by just taking your time and blending, because a lot of people who blend for ages and ages to get like the most amazing look. I hope to achieve that one day, because they are like insanely beautiful, and that's why I have this here, because it really helps me like guide to like not making something look so weird. So this so this shade Atom is going on quite nicely. So now we're going to go into some blues now. So I'm going to go in with a matte blue and then a shimmer, because I feel like shimmers will always make a look 100% better for myself. So I'm going to go in with Believer just here. And one thing it reminds me of is X-Files, and I grew up watching X-Files. I'm sure a lot of people kind of my age did as well, and I'm so happy that they're available on Disney Plus, because I can therefore like watch it all again. I've been watching them kind of more recently, because I just remember so many of the episodes like scaring the crap out of me. Like some of them are just like completely insane, but I just think that that show was just one of the most amazing shows ever. Let me know what your favorite episode is. Mine is the Flukeman one, which is like only season 2, but it's like the second, third episode, and it is one that stuck out to me the most because of how kind of freaky it was. If you haven't seen it, I will post up a picture and hopefully not scare anyone, because it is quite of a interesting character, but it is one of my favorite episodes for sure. And then now we're going to go in with my shimmer. So we're going to go in with Orbit, which is just here. I am going to try a brush first. If not, then I will go in with my finger, because I know sometimes these glitter shades, oh my god, this is like moving. I'm just going to go in very carefully with it, because I know it will just go everywhere. So I'm just going to tap that here. Holy moly. Okay, we are going to end off the look with a massive glitter, so that is fine by me. We need it to give it a bit of oomph, so I'm just going to blend this in as much as I can, and hopefully none of this will get in my eyes. It is super intense. I mean, this shimmer reminds me of one of the shimmers in the Compass collection, which was like a massive like duochrome bluish purple, and it is stunning, and I think it's really made my look slightly better. And now we're going to go with an inner corner. I feel like going in with Galactic, which is just here. It's like a kind of silver shimmer. So we're going to take a mini brush that I like to use from Spectrum. This is of course very putty like, so with these you have to be very careful, because some of them are highly pigmented. Like this is very pigmented, but it's also in the pan very like, yeah, very jelly like, so you have to be very careful, because it will really like dent it. And I've only just put my brush in like twice, So that is really nicely topped off the look. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to kind of do a bit of a speed where I put on the rest of my makeup, and I'll give you my final thoughts, because I know I haven't used a lot of shades, but I've used quite as much as I can. So yeah, let's get into that. Okay, and this is my finished look. So of course we were here to talk about the eyeshadow palette today, and I can say I really like it. Of course I do, because that shimmer at the end stole the show for me. Honestly, I think these glitter shades are insane, and they are really pretty and pigmented, and I mean they have to be eye safe, because there's no way that they would release these and they wouldn't be eye safe. And I mentioned that it is very similar to a shade that I had in my Compass collection, and so a lot of these shades are not new by any means, because you can really buy them in separate palettes, or if you have them already, I don't feel like they'll do anything different in your collection. But if you are a big fan of BPerfect and Stacey Marie's collections, I think you won't be disappointed with this one, because I cannot wait to try these. I feel like these are going to be more outstanding shades, and again I'm quite happy with this side as well, even though I did just buy their Gravity palette. But I feel like as a whole it's a beautiful palette, and it's so pigmented, and I probably haven't done the most amazing job of like blending, but again my skills are still growing each time I put on makeup. Let me know what you guys think. Have you picked up this collection? Do you like it? Have you given it a miss? Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm always active on there, and I appreciate you sitting down and spending some time with me while I put stuff on my face, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.